Hi, my name is Cambria Crossley, and I believe that college athletes should be able to be endorsed. At the Division I level, there are 182,681 students balancing sports and school. I have two friends that play college sports at the Division I level, and that they both have extremely high demanding schedules. My one friend attends Cornell, which is an Ivy League university, so she has an even higher workload along with her sport. And my other friend attends the University of Indiana, and she plays field hockey there. So she also has a very difficult balance. And I hear a lot about how difficult it is for them to balance schoolwork and sports, let alone anything else. Going to a Division One school myself, I have met people and have become friends with people who play sports because our school is not super big like some of the other larger schools where you may not be able to come in contact with student athletes, but we all see firsthand how busy they are and how they balance schoolwork and sports. It's important for student athletes to be endorsed by companies because it allows them to make their own brand, make money with a busy schedule, and create connections for their future. So, when athletes create their own brand, they're creating a name, image, and likeness, which is called NIL, and this would be able to get their name, image, and likeness out there. So, if companies work with the athlete, it allows the athlete to be recognized in either payments, deals from the brand, and getting their name out there for the future. And people who support those individuals can also support those brands and vice versa. So, it's a win win for both of them. The company would get more attention, and so would the athlete, and they're both making money. So these players have created an image and likeness to their name that could potentially earn them money. If Nike wishes to offer a collegiate athlete an endorsement deal that could help themselves or their families financially, the NCAA should not be able to restrict that from occurring. Done in 2017. So athletes um, are looking for an opportunity to make money, and the NCAA should not be able to restrict that because it could benefit the families and the athletes incredibly. And so creating a brand that can lead to a flow of money for student athletes can reduce the financial stress on an already busy schedule. So that allows them to make money on an extremely busy schedule by balancing school and their sport, because school, they still have a college student workload of schoolwork, and then sports, they have their constant activities with that, meaning they have the weight room, they have being on the field time. So they're balancing their schoolwork along with that, leaving very little time for a job or any other social activities. So the endorsements could make up for the time that they could have to have a job on campus. They also wouldn't have to worry about finances for after college. Being able to get endorsements could allow them to save up money to either pay off student debt or just get them on their feet right out of college. It also allows them to buy the essentials they need to be a student athlete, because not only do they have to buy the essentials that every college student needs, they also have to buy things that will enhance their sports performance, meaning they need extra protein bars or hydration for after games. They just have a higher demand of things that the average student doesn't have. So to meet the demands of both and many Division One athletes, end up committing nearly 60 hours to school and sports, leaving very little time for anything else. NCS Day 2023. So they're committing 60 hours of time with school and sports, which is more than a full time job, the average full time job, which is roughly 40 hours a week. So they're committing even higher levels than people who are being paid directly and they could be making money elsewhere. And then the ability for an athlete to be financially stable allows them to focus on building connections for their future. So, building connections for their future can put them out there for the higher level sports teams to see and potentially make it out there, because if they're getting their name out there, they're more likely to be recognized and seen when it comes to that time they need to move on to the higher level. It also gives them the ability to work with a brand and see what it's like to make choices on who they work with and build strong relationships. Um, and athletes are important for brand images because the athlete is increasing the revenue that the company gets, and the athlete would also benefit. So the increase in revenue created from the competitive advantages from athlete endorsements easily outweighs the costs brands pay athletes and others to endorse products, making athlete product endorsements highly effective. Floyd 2022. So they're extremely effective because they don't have to pay the athletes a ton when they're making three times the amount they would make if they didn't use the athlete. So they are winning because they're making profits, and the athletes winning because they're making some kind of money. The connections created for the future allow the athletes to know they got to put themselves out there during their college career. The ability for student athletes to have endorsements with companies is essential. It is important for not only the athlete but also companies. The athletes are able to build their brand, and the companies are able to expand their market and make profits. Student athletes are able to make money while having an extremely busy college schedule, and they will also be able to build connections for their futures. The benefits of allowing student athletes to be endorsed are essential for the growth of brands along with athletes. Thank you.